Everyone has been told at some point in their lives that they have to vote. You've probably heard it from parents, teachers, and the media. In my experience, no one says why voting is important. I've gone from being a non-voter to voting in every local and nationwide election. Some people believe that voting doesn't make a difference, so there's no point to voting. I believe that everyone should vote because local elections have a direct impact on people's lives. Voting lets you advocate for your interests, and voting enables positive change. In this speech, I will let you know how you can help your community, yourself, and maybe even the world through voting. Let's start at home. Local elections have a direct impact on people's lives. Jenny Schutz described how much local elections matter for the Brookings Institution in 2018. Local governments oversee hiring and pay for public school teachers. They determine how much new housing gets built in which neighborhoods. They make sure the trash is picked up and the snow is plowed, and so much more. I recommend that everyone pay attention to the condition of the city that they live in. If there's something that's been bothering you, like a pothole that's been there forever, local elections decide who will be funding which programs. You can directly improve your community by voting in local elections. Voting also lets you advocate for your interests. Voter turnout percentages increase with age. This is partially due to available time. Younger generations are more likely to juggle jobs and school, so their free time is precious. When young people don't show up to vote, the older generations get to make all of the decisions. According to this chart from the Citizen Voting Age Population Turnout by Michael P. McDonald, the number of voters aged 18 to 19 has been rising in recent years, making up about 51% of the voters in 2020 election. However, the number of all voter demographics has been rising. In 2020, voters aged 60 and up comprised almost 80% of voter turnout in the purple here. Voters aged 18 to 29 is all the way down here. This chart down below, Citizen Voting Age Population Turnout Rates by Education from the same site shows there's a clear correlation between education level and the likelihood of voting. You can see less than high school in the blue down here, high school graduates in red, and some college to college graduate in green. What this means is that the young and the poor are the least heard groups in our society. These are also the groups most likely to feel the impact of climate change and unequal policies. The good news is that these groups have the power to take change into their own hands. Voting enables positive change. According to Zoe Siegel in a 2021 article for Columbia School of Public Health, although turnout in the 2016 election was record-breaking, the U.S. ranks in the bottom third among Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development countries for overall voter turnout. Without a fair and efficient voting system nationwide, the status quo will remain. This implies that if some citizens are blocked from voting, we will never have a true democracy. Mail-in ballots have made it easier for those who work on election day, which lands on a Tuesday, to vote. We should have full and equal representation if everyone used the resources available to them. On the NAACP's website, Kesey Devaney wrote in 2022 that Black voters in Georgia elected the first ever Jewish and Black senators to serve the state in 2021. And in 2018, a record-setting number of women were elected to office throughout the United States. 2020 saw the highest turnout of voters in color in American history, and Gen Z, voters ages 18 to 24, had a lot to do with this. These are only a couple of examples of how much can change when minority communities come out to vote. Electing proper representation is only the beginning. Representatives who care about the community will do what they can to help everyone, regardless of demographic. If we can elect representatives who relate to the issues we face, we will have the change that we want to see. Everyone has the power to change things for the better through voting in local elections, advocating for their interests, and being a proactive part of change. You already knew that you should vote. I hope that after today you all know why you should vote. The only way to ensure that things will never change is to do nothing. And so if we want to change the world, we should vote.